Welcome, welcome, welcome. It has been, how many? 1 week? 2 weeks? 2 weeks, I believe.
Yes.
But we are back. We are back. And everything is working, and we are excited to see you guys. And tell somebody we are live right now. It's important. And remember, don't say I didn't warn you. We are Don't Say I Didn't Warn You part 1. But this is exactly part 2, but it's not part 2. It's on its own, but it's part 2. So we just want to get to a level of understanding that where the world is taking us, or rather is taking humanity, is a different and dark place. And it's very, very important that you actually realize that there are going to be a lot of movements by people of the spiritual world that are in this natural, who are in the political field, that when they do something, it looks like they're actually doing it for you, and they're not doing it for you. So I'm going to rush through a few things, then we can ask questions, so it becomes easier for us to go and then ask questions. So what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Very, very important. Of course, we brought the 4 wars that you saw, and of course, you saw some of the movements that were taking place. But there are things that the globalists are doing. Really, really dark things that do not seem as if they are dark. It just seems as if this is nothing. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. And we understand that the time we are in, as the Bible says, that these are the end times. Eskatos. That's the word that they use in the Greek, eskatos, which is a depiction of a ship that has reached its destination, like the docks. There is nowhere to go. So when he's saying at the end of time, he's talking about the eskatos of time, meaning to say this is the last bus stop. It can't go any further. After that, there is nowhere to go. That's exactly what we are talking about right now. You can see by the intensity. I've got the chief here and Minister Patrick here. And of course, you can realize that you have got the way the politicians are just thinking. It can't make sense. It can't be, the thoughts coming to their minds can't be imagined by normal human beings. How can we have Britain that has got all this liberal government that really looks like they are ultra conservative, to a point where a liberal prime minister will begin to act as if he is actually I'm talking about ultra conservative, to a point where you can't push him around. And he's a prime minister, not a president. I don't know if how do we get the conservatives in power and the conservatives act as if they are liberals? It's amazing where we have reached. But number one, so that you get it, there is going to be something that you're going to see. Number one, which will be pardoning of all. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Pardoning of all. Pardoning of all debts.
Wow.
That's a nice one. Okay? Pardoning of what?
Of all debts.
All debts. All right? And this will be individual and world debt will be removed.
Wow.
Including yours.
Wow.
You see, what I'm saying right now is very difficult to believe. When it happens, you say, you see, yeah, it was easy to know. It's not very far. They're going to be pardoning all world debts. All world debts, including yours. We're not talking about national debts only here. We're talking about your debt too. So what's evil about this? Very simple. For them to introduce what they need to introduce, which is, of course, the central bank digital currency and the IDs, they have to bring in a different currency. So the ID is simply a precursor. They are trying to bring a different currency, which will actually usher in the world governing body, where the world is going to be ruled one body, or rather one person. Now, that means I've already given you the second one, while I'm on the first one. But you see, all this is going to happen later on when we have one person. But this time is going to be the elite that will rule the whole world. And they're doing it starting from where? Telling you that we are going to forgive debts. But they're not forgiving debts the way you think. They will tell you that debts are going to be written off. We are pardoning all debts. So if your country owed this, don't worry, 20%, 30%, 40%. In fact, don't worry about it. You owed us in US dollars, but now we have another currency and you don't need to transfer your debt. Just adopt ours. You're getting this now?
Yes, sir. We're getting it.
But in order for you to adopt ours, you should actually allow us to give you digital IDs. So you think the whole thing is about digital IDs. It's not. The whole concept is to bring digital IDs so that we can bring another currency. But you never ask yourself, this is a funny thing, you never ask yourself one question. Why is it called currency? Anyway, we'll deal with it another time. But the idea then is, if we get the world economies, to have all their debts written off, it will require that they no longer print money. I don't know if you understand.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you understand.
You're getting it, sir.
But before we get there, we address the issue of debts. They will try to say, okay, yeah, you have got, you owe 1 billion. Have you noticed, and I've told you this several times, have you noticed that we have Namibia, Zambia, the whole of Africa, so to speak, or Asia, so to speak, that are in debt. These countries are in debt. And they're going down. Yet America is in debt. I believe trillions. And yet, it never goes down. Are we still here?
Yes,
Simple. It's very simple. Why is it that African countries are in debt and America is in debt and African countries go down and America doesn't go down? Because the debt is in US dollars. So America can keep printing its own US dollars. We can't print US dollars to give America. It will be a crime. They're still getting. If you owe me in my currency, you will suffer. But if I owe somebody using the currency I print, they're getting it.
Yes, sir.
One thing you ought to understand before we explain deeper on this, one thing you ought to understand is this, that all these currencies that we have right now, they are no longer gold-backed. Now they are debt-backed, or rather debt-based. The value is also derived from how many people owe you that amount, or that currency, so to speak. So since it's debt-based, the more you print the money, the more it loses value. And when it loses value, the more you print. And the higher the prices. And people become more dependent on you than on themselves. I don't know if you're getting this.
You're getting it, sir.
But if you have digital ID, you bring something like a digital ID, the whole system is under one control, one sender. Now they can then say, you know what? We'll forgive all debts, don't worry, because you people are too much in debt. Guess what? You will feel so much relieved. Oh, wow. So if I just use the syndrome banking digital coin, the CBDCs. I use this. The US dollar debt is gone. Yeah, it's gone. Just use ours. Now I have digital ID and I know exactly where you are. And I'm using crypto technology. That means every coin is recorded and registered on who spent it, where spent it on what. And every product I buy is got codes to say you actually bought product 1295. So guess what happens? I'm able to control you, know exactly what you spent, where and when. This is the point. Why is that evil? It simply then means I know exactly where you are. I can tell you you have used your credits. I'm already telling you what will happen. I'm telling you you've used up your credits for food this week. They didn't get that. Right now you buy whatever you want. You understand? But imagine getting into a shop and you're told, you know what? You have the money in your account. We have the food. By the law of the government, you have eaten too much this week.
You can't spend beyond this.
Wow. I know what you think. This will only affect the gormandizers. Those who like food too much, you get affected. The reality is, that's not the gluttonous people. It doesn't affect them in that way. It'll be if you want to fly because of the digital ID, because of the currents that they now control. They can say the money is there, but it's frozen. They can't freeze your cash.
That's right.
They're missing that.
They can't control you.
They can't control your cash. Are you still here?
Yes.
And cash was causing the banks not to get money. I will explain. You see, wherever economies are debt-based, what then happens is the banks are the chief. They're the chiefs. They're the ones that control the governments. Because they can print money. I know what you think. Banks don't print money. You're joking. Let me give you this example so that you get it. This needs a little bit of understanding. All right? So what you have, I've told this before, you deposit $10. Do you know what the bank says? It says we have $10. Then another person comes in to borrow the same $10. All right? The bank doesn't say we now have zero. It doesn't say, because this is not recorded in cash basis, like, okay, we have cash in the drawer. No. It's digital. So the tens are there as numbers. Now you borrowed 10, no problem, it has gone there. But when you borrow 10 from the bank, you go and pay someone who is house cleaner, $10. And the house cleaner banks, $10. The bank doesn't say, oh, that $10 has come back from... No, it doesn't. It says, now we have another 10. And we're waiting for this one to bring our 10. So we have $30 from 110. Then someone says, I want to borrow $30. They say, we have it. But they don't have $30. They had 10. And it has gone out. So they $30, and then you go and pay your insurance, and the insurance comes in with 30. Now they say we now have 60. But remember, this has to come in with interest when you come back.
Yes, sir.
But where is the interest coming from when the money is just here? It's only $10 we have here. That means they are getting it from thin air. Wow. So it gives them the ability to just say we have 20 million. Banking, trust me, banking is wonderful. That's why I owned one bank before. It's wonderful. It's really just creating money out of nowhere. It might not be printing as a printer, but it's brilliant. It's wonderful. You get $10, now you have $90. And you don't care. Now, so now the cash that I'm going to give chief here, if this is my $20, notice, he goes to someone else, gives him $20, and then this one I owe him. Then he comes in and demands a service. He gives me my $20 again, and I get it. It just moving around without the bank taking any dollar. Because when you bank a digital currency, now the banks will say, you know what? We have a charge on this amount. 2%. Now the $10 is no longer $10. You're getting the point? Because there is a charge. But when we use cash and ignore banks, they have nowhere to charge.
That's right.
So this allows these elites to steal from you consistently. They're still not getting it. So what do we do to actually avoid these movements and measures? Number one, as my man of God, Pastor Chris says, they live in our world. We don't live in theirs. We control them. By prayer, we control them. We will not allow them to take over whilst we are still here.
Yes, sir.
It's either the rapture happens and we live for 7 years and come back as their leaders. Or before the rapture happens, they will introduce it in a measure, but they will not affect us.
Yes, sir.
They didn't get that. They will introduce it in a measure. They will try everything. Though right now, let me tell you something. Right now, they are doing it in one district in China. The whole town, the whole district is now doing this whole thing. Digital IDs. They know where you are. If you steal from there, they can find you on the cameras and say that's the guy. He's standing by this location and that location. What are they doing? It looks like that's wonderful technology. But that's the tech the devil will use in the end time. And never say I didn't warn you. Because I know some of you are just sitting there like, oh, okay. And guess what? What will happen when they introduce these central bank digital currencies? Do you know what happens? These crypto coins that you have will go down. It will go to the toilet. Hello. Ask yourself, why are they not adopting Bitcoin and they're introducing their own? Because they don't want you to use the Bitcoin. They want to introduce another one to compete with the Bitcoin. And the moment they bring something to compete with Bitcoin, then they will start to sanction and even put legal, parameters around Bitcoin. To a point that it will be a crime selling Bitcoin without their permission. They didn't get that. I know what I'm saying might look like, years and years to come. No. This is in a few years' time, and they will start it within a few months.
Wow.
But within a few years, it will be implemented as everywhere, almost everywhere. You start realizing that that's all they're trying to do. So what do we do? Remember what I said? Prayer will change them because we are saying they live in our world, we don't live in their world.
Yes, sir.
Maybe they didn't get it again. They live in our world. Tell yourself they live in our world. We don't live in their world. They live in ours. Unless the church is taken and they can introduce it freely. Free course, just as free course. But now, at this point, whilst we are here, as the temples of the Holy Spirit, it's going to be very difficult to implement what they want to implement. But watch this. So, remember when we dealt with the 4 wars?
Yes, sir.
I was telling you exactly what to do. Go off grid.
Yes, sir.
Off grid. Okay? Solar. Have access to land. Have access to water. These are the basics that they will start selling. How will they start selling? They will introduce laws and rules that say all the basic needs of humanity are catered for by leaders. So governments will tell you, we are the ones in charge of all water. Even the one that is raining.
Wow.
See, they take time, right? You know, when you're saying these things, they look like conspiracy theories. You know, when we gave these prophecies some time back, we said, this is what is going to happen. These are the wars. And then people started realizing, wait a minute, war, water. There is a war that started because of water. Even in Africa, a whole war started because of water. And that's when people say, oh, what you said happened. I'm like, wait a minute. Were you thinking we come here on a beautiful Thursday service and we start telling you what will happen in the future and we just want to be like hit and miss? No, we're not doing that. We are beyond that. We are beyond that foolishness.
Yes, sir.
You know. So, off-grid, create communities. That's what we are doing with the Good News City. And I get it, you don't get it. And in other countries as well, we are doing the same. We are working with other countries and just seeing where we can put other cities as well. These are communities we are putting. So Good News City is just a beginning of it. So we're thinking Good News City, then if we have in South Africa, if we have in England, if we have this, we create communities where we actually go off grid, eat our own, as the president of this country has said once. He said once that we eat what we hunt. We don't rely on what they try to give us because they can control everything based on debt. So better eat what you hunt. Because if you rely on putting money in the bank, if you rely on eating food from the bank, you die first. Because they're going to control you. Now imagine what the Prime Minister of Britain said. He said something very important. He said, no, it's not like you need to get it. But if you don't get the digital ID, it will cost you thousands a year. What? So you're forcing me to get it in another way. And notice if you go on the comments of the men when he said that, look at the people opposing and fighting him. Within a few weeks, a few hours, it was over 2 million signatures signed. People saying we don't want it. Did he listen? No. Because it's not controlled from Britain. He is controlled by globalists. He has already been paid. It's done. Are you getting this?
We are flowing.
So the world is being controlled from somewhere.
Even the world leaders are being led by some other group of people.
They are being controlled by a certain group of people. But I like what our men of God mentioned, that they are living in our world. As long as we are here, they don't control us.
We are the restrainers.
We control them.
We control them.
Unless if we are taken, they can implement this. But as long as we are here, through prayer, we can stop them.
We can enforce a change.
We can enforce a change.
We determine what happens, though they will try, but they will not succeed.
But they will not succeed. And the man of God is guiding us, telling us that we need to create communities. And we need to understand that the prophetic, God is speaking right now, and is also giving us solutions, because God reviews in order to redeem.
To redeem, yes, sir.
Yes. So if there is something coming, then God is saying, build the communities, go off grid, do the solar. That's the solution.
That's the
that
solution.
God is giving us.
But are people going to do it? People are too docile. You know what happens is, even if you give this cry, and this service is literally designed to get you to escape what they are planning.
Thank you, sir.
But it will look like nothing. I remember preaching over and over, even to my own relatives. They heard me preach. Relatives by blood heard me preach. And still went ahead and had the vaccine. Only a few years later, they've just come up with the results. 76% of the studies of the women that were given vaccines are now barren. Infertile. Not only that, spike proteins. And guess what? They've realized that everyone who has had it, their lifespan is shortened. So since you haven't gotten to the 70s you need to get to, you never know that your life has actually been shortened. Because they're spike proteins. And those same people are not trying. When I came here and said there is a way to actually cleanse yourself or detox yourself, the same thing. Nobody said, hey, please just tell us. No. They think it's okay. We believe these people so much. Professor Lumumba said, we vote hyenas in and wonder where the goats have gone. I said, and you go like, where are my goats? But you voted in a hyena.
The hyena is here.
So we believe politicians so much. You know, I want you to understand this before I go any further. What kind of human being thinks they are accountants, they're economists, they're teachers? And one guy sat down and go like, you know what? I don't have any qualifications, but you know what? What if I control policy? I'll become a politician. Wait. What a genius. They always say this so that you understand. We had A students at school. Those ones will become professors. B students, okay? Are you here?
Yes, sir.
Will become business people. The last ones, the failures, the C's and the D's, will become politicians to control the professors and the business people. That's it. Oh, check it. Please go check. Check. You will see most politicians failed school. Those who have degrees, they actually did it while they were now politicians. They decided, you know what? I just need to have a doctor before my name. Let me try this. Now they are mature. And some of them can even buy the degrees. Hello. Talk to your brother here. So are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
So when we say to you, go off grid, you will never believe it. You don't care. Right now you're looking for a job. Right? Some of you, the day they say digital ID, you'll be the first one to march forward and say, hey, sir, we are here. Put it here. Because in your head, it doesn't matter exactly the way you received the vaccine. If you could receive something in your bloodstream that you don't know, somebody just told you. Hello, sir. One time, I had a problem way back, years back. I was in Dubai, and I had a problem with my, whatever it's called. And the doctor arrived, and he just touched the ear. He said, yeah, I know what it is. I'm like, what? Brother, you didn't do no test. He listened. Something I did not know. He listened. The guy said, this is the problem. And another consultant they said, if he says that's the problem, it is the problem. I said, wow. Why? He said, this guy is learned. They put me on an operating table. He said, just count from 5 to something. 5, 4. You don't even remember you were told to count. But just imagine that me as a prophet, of course I was young then, I never said to the brother, show me your certificates. I want to verify this thing. Weapons were on the operating table. I'm talking about real weapons, knives and things I couldn't understand. I opened my body. I said, do it. The guy is Indian. If it was Africa, I would say, that's an African brother. He understands me. No, India. I just see this guy is an Indian guy. They said he's the expert. I said, I'm ready. Then God who created you can't listen to. You can't even give. All right, my brothers and sisters, if you are walking around 10 p.m. in the alleyway, it's dark. You see from afar a person with a white apron. No, that's okay when you see them there. Then you see on their left hand, they have a knife. On the right hand, they have a Caesar. You can't see the face clearly because it's a mask. What would you do? Tell me. You run. Yeah, that's exactly what the doctor wears in the hospital. And you have no problem whatsoever. Do you understand the point? No problem. I'm trying to tell you now. I'm trying to wake you up to what is taking place. These guys have you figured out. I have told you several times that the COVID and the pandemic was a testing ground to see how obedient you are. And you prove to them you can listen. Some of you in Africa were complaining. Even your presidents were coming out and speaking. America is not good. They are refusing us aid. We need the vaccine to come quickly. Hey! God was looking and saying, these sons of mine. They are crying for control. And those who got freed from that sickness, have you noticed that there is no report whatsoever that tells you a person died of COVID? It is COVID-related issues. That means they couldn't trace COVID. They could trace whatever. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
I want you to go to Isaiah chapter number 10, and I'll read from verse number 1 to 14.
Let's go.
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness, which they have prescribed. Did you notice what it says? In fact, go to the Message Bible so that they understand what verse number 1 says. I know you're missing that. Doomed to you who legislate evil, who make laws that make victims, laws that make misery for the poor, that rob my destitute people of dignity, exploiting defenseless widows, taking advantage of homeless children. What will you have to say on Judgment Day? When doomsday arrives out of the blue, who will you get to help you? What good will your money do you? A sorry sight you will be then, huddled with the prisoners, or just some corpse stacked in the street. Even after all this, God is still angry. His fist is still raised, ready to hit them again. Now, I don't want you to get there. Do you have the Passion Translation? TPT. It's important. All right? And you need to understand that there is a translation, the difference between a translation and an interpretation. So some are translations, some are interpretations of the Bible. Are you getting this? Are you getting it?
Yes.
Let's go to King James, and the Passion is definitely there. It's amazing. TPT.
Interpretation and translation. Wow.
Huh? It is different.
Interpretation and
translation.
Are we still having it? So you look at interpretation, then you look at translations. So when people see it and say, oh, this is too expressive, it might not be a translation. It might be an interpretation of the same thing. So it becomes easy for you to actually get the idea of it. Let's put King James.
Isaiah chapter number 10, verse number 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and write grievousness which they have prescribed.
2.
Let's go. Verse number 2. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob.
But I want you to read
fatherless.
verse 1 again so that you get it.
Yes. Verse number 1.
Look at it. Look at this. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, that write grievousness which they have prescribed. In other words, you are the one who prescribed pain. Then you act as if you are not involved.
Yet you are the one.
You have the solution and you create the problem. So you know the problem, you are the only one with the solution. So you create the problem and you say, but no one has the solution, we have it. I like what God does. He makes them a joke. He even called this World Health Organization, the acronym is WHO. They don't even know who they are. I don't know if you are getting this.
Yes, sir.
And you trust someone who says, I'm who?
They don't know themselves.
Let's go.
To turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that the widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. Let's read again verse number 2. Let's go back. To turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that the widows may be their prey, that they may rob the fatherless. Wow.
Go to 3.
Let's go to 3. Let's say 3. And what will ye do in the day of visitation? And in the desolation we shall come from far. To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory?
Without me they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Oh, Assyrian, the rod of mine anger. Notice what he's saying. Says there is some country I'm using to bring anger. In other words, you see them as evil. They are evil. But I'm using them as my rod to punish you.
Wow.
Yeah. And the stuff in their hand is mine indignation.
Wow.
That's my anger, you see. I will send them against the hypocritical nation and against the people of my wrath. Will I give him a charge to take the spoil, to take the prey, to tread them down like the mire of the streets. He says, no. When you see countries being plundered, I send that. I will send him against the hypocritical nation. Yes, let's go. Howbeit he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think so. But it is in his heart to destroy and to cut off nations, not a few. Eish. No, they didn't get it. I want you to read verse number 7 again. Howbeit he meaneth not so, neither that his heart think so. But it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations. Not a few, but many nations will go down. That means the other thing you're going to see is an overthrow of governments.
Wow.
Even formations of new countries, you're going to see it.
Formations.
Yes, you see, they didn't get it. How can I be bold like this to say there are new countries coming?
Formations. That's too much.
New countries coming up.
New countries. It's a formation of countries.
8. For he saith, are you not my princes altogether kings? In other words, he is saying, are they not my princes altogether kings? In other words, let me translate. The devil says, are not all these people I'm using presidents? They didn't get that.
Wow.
In other words, I'll use your leaders, I'll use your presidents, I'll use your prime ministers. So you have to be careful what comes out of your prime minister and the president. What comes out of your minister. Be careful. 9. Is it not Kauno, as Kakemish? Is it not Hamath, as Apad? Is not Samaria, as Damascus? He's saying all this is the same. I have my presidents and my prime ministers in these locations. I don't care what country and how sophisticated your country is. As long as it is a leader, I control the leader. That's what he's saying. So in verse number 8, go back so that you see. For he saith, are not all the people I'm using my sons or presidents? No, they didn't get it. He's saying my princes are altogether kings. How? How can princes be kings? So he's saying to me, they are my children. I'm using them. They are my spiritual sons. They are my offspring. Jesus said, you are for your father, the devil. So Jesus then comes in and inspires this verse. Of course, he's the Lord. So he's in the Old Testament and the New. And he says it this way, that all these presidents, are they not my princes? Are they not my spiritual sons? They are. They're my children. But guess what? They have one thing in common. They are all presidents. and prime ministers and leaders and kings. So I control them. Then he says, verse number 9, since they are controlled by presidents and leaders, guess what we're going to do? It's not Kauno, it's Kakemish. It's not Japan, it's China. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
It's not Zimbabwe, it's South Africa. It's not Mozambique, it's Kenya. That's what he's saying. He's saying it's the same. They are all led by leaders. And I will control the leaders who are submissive to me. So if a president in this country is not submitted to the devil, then he is not his prince. So he is not his president. If the South African doesn't submit to the devil, so he's not his prince. But if they submit, according to the Bible, if they then submit, the devil says, they are all my sons. Let's go. As my hand hath found the kingdoms of the idols. Do you see what he says? He says, I'm the one who started the kingdoms of idols. That means idols. Malika shak tokus kekata.
A kingdom of idols. As if idols have got their own kingdom.
Now, I want you to see something before I go.
Let's go, sir.
Now, I want you to see 1 Corinthians 12, verse number 1. 1 Corinthians 12, verse number 1. I want you to see something, and I wish I'm teaching people that are really, really spiritual. So notice what verse number 1 says. It says, now concerning spiritual gifts, the original rendering, there is an argument that it doesn't have the word gifts. But because the chapter deals with gifts, it was added in so that it makes sense. So let's read it as Apostle Paul wanted to read it. Now concerning the spiritual. Brethren, I don't want you to be ignorant. Why? Because he understands there is a spiritual realm. Verse number 2 explains it. You know that you were Gentiles. So concerning spiritual, not spiritual gifts. Concerning spiritual, because in the damp idols, they didn't have spiritual gifts. So he says, concerning spiritual, I don't want you to be ignorant. Since you yourselves were once Gentiles, given unto damp idols, even as you were led by damp idols. How can damp idols lead them? Because they were entities in the kingdom of the devil. Although they looked like just nothing, they didn't speak, they didn't talk, they didn't feel. But the moment you take an idol, a demon attached itself there. So let's go back to Isaiah and see what he's saying. And as my hand has found the kingdoms of the idols. So Paul comes in Corinthians and he's now telling them, you guys, I know you know the spiritual. But I don't want you to be ignorant because I know you were led by an idol. So before I explain what I want to explain, I have to tell you that you guys, this is what we're dealing with is spiritual. And I know you guys are well versed with the idols because you were led by idols, but we are led by the Spirit. So idols were leading the church at Corinth. Not that the church was led by idols, but the people that had transferred their spirits from there and got new spirits, the spirits transplanted and then they became new Christians in the Corinthian church. They were used to idols leading them. Are you getting this? So the devil is now boasting. Says, all your presidents are my children. So I don't care where you go to, whatever country you go to. As long as there is a president, I will influence that president to become my son. And then I control the president, I control everyone. Hello. Are you getting this? Same thing as the Rothschild family. The Rothschild family settled in Europe. And of course, they gave birth to raised 5 sons. And then outside they put a German, I believe it's German, eagle, red German eagle, a sign outside. And that's actually the meaning of the word Rothschild, that eagle emblem. So when the son took over, he changed the name from Jewish name to Rothschild, meaning that eagle And you know what the father did? He just sent people 5 continents, 5 countries. You stay in this country, you stay in that country. In Europe, you stay in that country. You go over to America. And guess what? We now control the money. And he was heard saying these words. I do not care who is president. as long as I can control their money. I can control their policies. He didn't care who was going to be president. You come in, he has got all his sons in all the places that matter. To the point that they even lent money to Britain when Britain was fighting world wars. And they said, if you win, you're going to give us Israel. That's how the nation of Israel was born, out of one family. Wow. So the devil is saying, I have all my sons in different locations. When I want to implement what I want to implement, it's easy. I control my sons. You're getting it now. Let's go. I want to show you something. As my hand has found the kingdoms of idols. He said, I'm the founder. Idol Kingdom Church. I am the founder. That's what he said there. Said, I found. And whose graven images did excel them of Jerusalem and of Samaria. Do you see what he's saying? Says that the images made them prosper. You see, he is even telling you that I did the idols you think were useless. They made the people in Jerusalem and Samaria to excel. And you think they were just dumb idols. Let's go. Shall I not? As I have done unto Samaria and their idols, so do to Jerusalem and their idols. Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his war work upon Mount Zion and Jerusalem, I'll punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria. Now God comes in now. And is now saying, I'll also do this. I'll also do this. I'll also do that. God is not the one claiming that he's the founder of the idols of the Now hear this. He says, I will punish the fruit of the what? The stout heart of the king of Assyria, who was talking there and boastful. And the glory of his high looks. What will I do? For he says, by the strength of my hand have I done it. And by my wisdom, for I am prudent. This is the devil boasting. And I've removed the boundaries of the people. You see what? UN, European Union. Hello. Hello. African Union, where I'm an ambassador for PAP, has failed to actually do exactly like European Union. Why? Different. Because in African Union countries, it's not like we have a code like what is happening right now in Europe. You don't even need to travel with a passport. You just arrive. I'm here. You're like a country. Now the Bible is saying the devil prides himself in removing boundaries so people can be one. So it is not God's will that people be one. It is the devil who removes the boundaries of nations. And say, it doesn't matter, we are one country. Now we are Europe. Europe. We use the euro now. He says, no, the devil is happy. And I have robbed their treasures. Aha. You see what he's trying? They are trying to do what I told you right now? Pardoning debts, but it's not a pardoning debt. There is something behind it. What is he trying to say? He's now saying, the devil said, I'm going to remove the boundaries. And everyone is going to have a digital ID. And guess what? You're going to be controlled from one system. We know you where you are. You're going to be safe. We know exactly where you were killed if you're going to be killed. And we would know exactly who killed you because we will actually triangulate what ID card was where. Hello. I don't know if they're getting this. So it will come as if it is for your security. But remember what the devil is boasting about? I remove the boundaries. What is the digital ID going to be? The world over. We're going to have a digital ID in the central location where we can report to and say, here is where my name is this, and boom, that is the thing. And I've removed the bounds of the people and they've robbed their treasures. So that's exactly what I want to do. I want to rob your treasury. So that the elites, this is another point, the elites will be able to control your money. You will have nothing and some of you will be very excited. Because you have nothing and everyone has nothing. So there is going to be a fake egalitarian society. It's like a socialist republic. They tried it in Cuba. It has not worked. Where people just have the same things. Only the elites will be having all these things that they want. To a point that we will actually have worms for food. And right now, they are creating worms right now, worm farms right now. And they are telling us that cows are actually, they are burping, all right? You can't believe this. Even cow fat. We heard that, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you. Oh. As crazy as it sounds, cow fats are indeed a source of global warming. Who? Hai aluka na usgina beliga. Yusiku na haka ni ya mwonke ngene iska haka ni. Wow. And you believe this nonsense? Because somebody tells you, are you here? Somebody tells you that they went to school, they studied this. It's exactly what is happening. They were asked in the Congress, what percentage is human contribution to the global warming? Nobody answered. Yes. That was 0.00 something. They were so shocked. Out of that 0.00 whatever emission that we are worried about, we're on 0.00 something, 1 or 2 or something like that contribution. And cow fats, forget it. They are 0.0000. The whole service will finish while I'm putting zeros. and guess what? Your prime minister was 10 days there. Yes, global warming. And some of you, because you want to be in the in, this is the in thing. You will say, yeah, it's true. Yes, we are really damaging this country's nation. I told you before, this is a big lie. If it is true, nobody will be giving mortgages right now in Britain and in Europe, in America. Nobody. Why? Because by their measurements, within a few years, maybe 5 years, all of Britain will be maybe 60 centimeters underwater. Okay? Most of our parts of America will be really underwater, not livable. So what does it mean? If the financier is telling you, we are not putting any small print. But guess what? The mortgage is 30 years. Wait a minute, how can it be 30 years when in 5 years' time, the country will be underwater? They know it's a lie. But they found a way. I like what Dan Pena said. He said, I'm very jealous of Al Gore, the one who started making this noise about global warming. He said that he came up with a scam before I did. Said I would have made billions. That guy is smart. And all of you hear signs, it's like you heard the voice of Jesus. The moment someone says, scientifically, hey, you hear nonsense. It's just nonsense. Let's go. Let's read it. I want you to see something where I'm going. Verse number 14, where I'm going, but 13 is good. I have removed the bounds of the people and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. Here's number 14. And my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people. And as one gathereth eggs that are left, when a bird flies away, of course, have I gathered all the earth's wealth, and there was none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peeped. Do you see this? Do you have the passion now? I don't know if you understand this. Yes. Let's go, verse number 14, the Passion Translation, if you have it. All right, let's go 13. He boasted, look what I have done by the strength of my hand and by my wisdom. See how clever I am. I have erased the borders of nations. Are you getting this? And plundered their treasures. I have been like a mighty conqueror, subduing those in strong fortresses. Even America says I've controlled them now. Britain, he's not talking about Africa first. No, he says even those. Let's go. I seized their wealth as one who found an unprotected nest, as one who gathers eggs that have been left behind. So I gathered the wealth of the world. And the young birds could neither move a wing nor even open their mouths to peep. In other words, the young nations could not talk.
They're silent.
They're silent. Why? Because I'll make them sign a treaty. And they just signed a treaty now. The vaccine mandate. Imagine they signed a treaty that, yes, we know there is a disease coming, and we're signing that, yes, you can vaccinate our people. Thank you, bye. How on earth did we go and sign this thing? Because if you don't, they put you in a corner. I don't know if you're getting this. Are you flowing? I've removed the boundaries of nations. That's why I like the Passion Translation. It says the boundaries, the borders of nations. So you can have all this, oh, we have another one. Oh, we have United States of Africa. It looks wonderful, but according to God, it's demonic.
It's not his intention. It's not.
I want you to think why God put a boundary and put a whole earth and then separated it and put Africa there and America there and put a big sea there. I'm talking about really, really kilometers depth. Did he really want us to meet each other? And if you look at all these intermarriages between races, it's the worst thing that ever happened to earth, to marriage. These people are leaving each other like in a basket. As if God just wanted black people to black people, okay? White people to white people. I'm not advocating for that. But I'm just trying to explain to you how difficult this thing is, because the countries, God wanted that boundary to be there. We come from here. We are proud of it. Because if we become a global village, here is where we are suffering now. Look at how the world now is advocating for things that Africans, we don't even want. Gays, lesbians, they're now, some of our friends, our own family, some of your children are gays, lesbians. But without the Western world, they would be very straight. Africa had a way. My father was so rough. The point that my brother was writing using his left hand. And he read in Medical Digest somewhere that when you use a left hand, you're using the wrong side of the brain. And that's true. Yeah, whatever you're writing is with the right side or left brain. People are left-brained or right side. Yeah. All right? Yeah. So I think the doctor who did that said, if you write with the left hand, you have a short lifespan. And my cousin brother was writing that. One day my brother is writing like this, my father just grabbed him and he didn't sever the whole finger, but he did damage. And he went back to writing with his right, and sometimes he would forget and go back. And that's Africa for you. Tell your father you have got, you feel like you are gay. Oh, you'll be straight before morning. I'm telling you, you wake up and you have impregnated somewhere. But in the morning, you have a wife, everyone. Africa, what can I do, man of God? My child is gay. Bring them to Africa. You will see. Africa. Even this country is a crime, eh? Yeah, carrying 5 years. Just act funny like this. 5 years. 5 years. This country. We're not going to another country. Here. 5 years. Yeah. You start analyzing your choices. I feel like gay, but 5 years. I'll be straight. You understand? You find motivation fast. Either you're given money. That's exactly what they did with the global warming. They did that with global warming. Now you get billions to research and to give data concerning global warming, proof of it. Billions per year. So imagine if I'm going to give you billions to prove something wrong and say it's right. You will forget the results. There's isotopes, that the mountain that they measure all this world, temperatures, and they take isotopes like this and there's these, and they go there and you can remove it, and they even show you like how many thousands years ago the temperature was higher than now. And then it went lower and it went higher. So it's cyclic. It's going up and down. There's no global warming. There is global warming, but it will come also to global cooling and then go back and go up and down and go up and down. The data is there. Sir, please. If we say, are we experiencing global warming? Yes, we are. Does that mean anything? Never. As Dan Pena will say, as we've already been talking about cow fats, Dan Pena says that's a fat in the wind. It's absolutely nothing. Zero. Doesn't mean anything. Okay, we experienced global warming. Did we ever experience these temperatures before? Yes, many times. Thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, we experienced the same high, and then we experienced the same low. So why are we making a fuss out of it when it has been cyclic, up and down, up and down? Of course, after a long time, like 1,000 years, then it goes down, then it goes up, then it goes down, and it goes up, and nobody made a fuss out of it. But they're making a fuss out of it. What do you think they're doing it for? And you see, it's all one time. This thing is all one time. One time. We need digital ID. We need another currency. We need to remove the currency. No, there is a problem with cow fats. Then we don't need to eat beef because beef is a problem. The more we breathe, we are causing the damage to the earth. So we have to protect the earth. We need depopulation. Wait a minute. So is this, oh, no. There is a pandemic. There is, in fact, there is COVID. It will kill everyone. Then COVID is finished. They say, no, we have another strain. No. We know another one is coming within 5 years. Wait a minute. Are you a prophet? You can see it's everywhere at the same time. As a matter of fact, no, we want gay rights. If you don't accept gay rights in Africa, we won't give you food. What has that to do with gays? Food and gays, what has that to do with anything? You see, everything is culminating into this eschatos. We know exactly why everything is moving to a close. You just don't realize it. And you see one problem? The door has started opening. And if it opens, you will not be able to close it. So defiance is the only way. If they say they want digital ID, you say no. The day they are expecting you to take ID cards, you all say no. I know. There are going to be people who say, no, we will take it. But imagine if they expecting 60 million to take this and 500,000 come up and say, yeah, we are taking it. But the other 60 say we don't. It becomes a failure. It becomes a whole failure. I don't know if you're getting it. The biggest point here that I want you to make is, I am not going to be assisting the devil in doing this. Not that we don't know it's going to happen. It's coming. The time is coming. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir. The time is coming.
The time is coming. And we are not going to assist the devil to do it.
We are not going to assist him. And defiance is the solution. They say we are going this direction. We refuse.
We resist them.
We resist. And it is not going to happen when we are here. Because remember, they are in our world. It's us who control what is happening now. We have the power.
We have the control, we have the power, and we can do it. We can actually do it.
We can do it. We can do it. We determine their flow and how they are planning all these things.
Which means their success is determined by our response.
By us.
They can create, they can talk, but how we respond will actually determine their success. So it's in our hands.
But it's something else to just imagine that the world is, after thinking all these things, and someone is sleeping right now, is not aware what is happening. You just wake up from nowhere. That is the privilege that we have in this ministry.
Yes, it is. But you see also the other thing that we dealt with that time. Many people say, but you guys, you said it's going to happen in the end time as well. You know, this has to come in and the world, one currency, one world order and all that. So why are we stopping it? Because we're still here. We're not going to play dead. We're not doing that. I had a young, charismatic young man who loves me, I believe. And someone asked me and said, but this guy loves you and he's recently has been opposing and attacking you. I said, I don't, you know, when you have children, some children think if they attack a big man, they've become big themselves. And I said, okay, but it's okay since he He teaches people how to prophesy like Uebert angel and stuff like that. I said, but he messed up one thing, you know? You know, when you get into theology, you get a problem. So I want to deal with that so that you understand, you rope it in here. I dealt with the Bible saying, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Mm-hmm. And people think, you know what? I know what it says in the Bible. It talks about, you know, the time when Jerusalem was under Gentiles and around, you know, 607 and 586 BC, around there. And I know exactly what prophet messed up in that calculation. I say, wow. So I messed up in that calculation. No, people don't get it. We know there is a millennial rule. Yes, sir. All right? Mm-hmm. And we know it's called millennial because it's 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. Now, the Bible says a day is like what? 1,000. Yes. So we know for sure that we have a day, which is 1,000 years. Yes, sir. So if the Gentiles are ruling somewhere, we have to look at the years, and then we have to look at the years that are given to the Jews. Mm-hmm. I want you to get into another scripture right now. If we can go to Hosea 6, verse number 1 and 2.
Let's go.
I want to help those who actually maybe ask the same question as the brilliant young man asked. Come, let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. He has smitten, and he will bind us up. These are the Jews saying, let's return. After 2 days, he will revive us. In the third day, he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. He is talking about the millennial reign, that there are 2 days that are not ours. So the time of the Gentiles is 2,000 years. It's not talking about Jerusalem, sir. So we know 1 day is 1,000, according to God. Yes, and we know the millennial reign is for the Jews. So the Gentiles are given how many years? 2,000 years. Wow. So when the 2,000 years are done, the third day comes in, which is for the Jews. So what we are saying is simple, that right now God is waiting for the number of the Gentiles to be fulfilled. Wow. When the last man walks in and says, I'm the Christian, and God says, you know what? There were going to be 29 billion from the time of creation, or 50 billion. I did that before, and I gave an example like this, and I gave 3 numbers. And one dunderhead. Angel said there should be 26 billion people saved. We are 7.8 billion on earth, sir. And I'm one person who's very intelligent. So now, when I give examples, someone will just cut in. Another person said, Angel said he knows who is going to win the World Cup. I have not said it yet. And they're already giving, he said this, he said this. You know, I like it when people just give me something that I never said. Yes, he said this, he said that, he said this. But it shows a lot. Shows, you know, the notes, the take notes here. But anyway. Praise the Lord. Do you see what he's saying? He's saying we have 3,000 years that are calculated as 3 days. One of the days where we shall live in his sight. That means Jesus says, come back. We start counting the 1,000 years there when Jesus comes back. That means before that, we have the rapture, we have all this, we have the beginning of the world, and we have got the Jews, and then the Christians come in, Gentiles come in for 2,000 years. And then the Jews come in for 1,000 years. So the millennial reign tells us to look for 2,000 years that should be ours. And then we find it in Hosea. And Hosea is prophesying that there is a time where we shall live in his sight. When? Millennial reign. So if the millennial reign is 1,000 years, 1,000. So don't ask me, how do we know it's 1,000? It's called millennial reign because it's 1,000 years. Now, and mille is already 1,000, okay? So we're taking 1,000, and then we get to Hosea. He has got 3 days. And 1 day is for the Jews. Let's go back again to Hosea so that they know. And these guys, sometimes they also miss these verses and they don't know. And one thing that is difficult in the young people of today is when they see this and they see I was wrong. For them to come back and say, you know what? I was wrong. They can't. Pride has touched them. After 2 days, he will revive us. That means after 2,000 years, us the Jews will come in. In the third day, you will raise us up. When he finishes 2,000 for the Gentiles, then as the Jews come in. And we will live in his sight. That in his sight means he will be right there. Exactly what Jesus will be in. So we know for sure right now, if we are still here, the Lord knows there are still other Gentiles and other people, even Jews, that need to be born again. That need to be counted up among the Gentiles, rather, that will be born again. So we are here not because God just wants us to remain here. It means there are people who are not won to Christ. Imagine how difficult it would be to win somebody who has already signed up for the devil's system. And we have no community. I've seen Americans now, they've started buying land. But they are buying land without the scriptures. But it's wonderful. Because they are buying land, and actually, I've seen communities gathering together, people going in one location and saying, we are staying here now. Rearing chicken, rearing, all these things, poultry, we're talking about cattle, all these heads, because they know one thing, something is up. Something is about to happen. Something is about to mess up. Something is about to be messed up, and they fear it. If you notice now, the economy now in America, most billionaires now have bangers. Yeah, millionaires have bangers. They don't read the scriptures. But something in them is telling them, you need a banger. And the Bible says, you will go to the mountain and say, fall on me. It will refuse. It will say, I'm looking for someone to fall on me. Now, this is the one thing that is important. Billionaires and millionaires. This is very important. This is a prophetic word that God gave me when I was standing with Pastor Chris, my father, and he released that word. And that word was cemented again today. Yesterday I was with it. And that word is billionaires and millionaires. Some you know, some you don't, are going to start falling dead. He told me to be in a designated year. I don't know what that means, but I believe it simply means there will be a time where God will say, this year, this month. But I'm a person who has been with the Lord in the prophetic for a long time to actually tell you that it started when I said that prophecy. A designated year, designated month, designated year, where it'll be, this person is dead. That if you study what they were sponsoring, what they were giving to, you realize it did something sinister. They were feeding the systems of the enemy. And men will begin to lose power. And men of their influences, much of their influence will be removed. And legal battles around the world, legal battles everywhere. So they're not just going to die. Some of it will be pressure, blood pressure, depression, where in every country there will be a lawsuit. Every country that they dealt with will be lawsuits coming in. And he said, I will remove what they think is their immunity. I'm removing immunity, but I'm also cutting short their lives. So watch out as I speak right now, watch out. It's already happening. Month, 2 months. Let's go. Billionaire here, billionaire in Asia, billionaire in Europe, billionaire in America, dead. And then you search what they were sponsoring. Then you realize something is happening. Kalosha, Palikroska. It's happening right now. This is very, very important. And then I began to see war between Islam, Christianity, and Jews. Right now there is hatred. But it will go into boiling point. But it says, because of the people that are put in power, that I'm using as my weapons of indignation, many of these will be stopped before they cause enough damage. They'll be stopped. So this is, do not worry about it. And the main thing that they want to do now, I will deal with the black community another time. Just I will settle one Sunday where I deal with what they plan for black people. And this is very separate. And I know right now I've got, Indians, I've got white people around, and I want to tell you, melanin is not just a skin color. Oh, they didn't get it. I'm talking actually, it is used scientifically for something beyond. That's why you find all these black kids are getting missing. You wake up one day when I start telling you what is really happening. I have it here, but I don't have time to. It requires its own. I have to start from beginning. I have to start from where black people emerged from, and then, I wanted to do a series called Ancestors that time, but because of what you think melanin is, melanin can be harvested, ma'am, sir, can be harvested. And you understand later on. You will understand, all right, with real proof. Have you noticed that if you look around the world, you have only, mainly, the rest that is not growing? Not because, of course, white communities are not giving birth. There's a big difference. But the rest that they are actually targeting is the black community. Abortion encouraged. Over 70% fathers are absent. That means the black people are now married to the government. The black women are now married to the government. So you have to rely with the government. Rely on the government to actually have life. Because you have been told you're queens and all that, so you don't know how to respect your own men. So the men have now left. Now you're single. And it's all systematic. They know exactly what they are doing. And now you hate the white community, yet it's actually you. It's our foolishness that has caused us to actually leave our morals and our moral compass. Now we rely on the government. And now the government can tell us anything and we agree. And we are told there is no one as intelligent as a black queen. Yes. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. One day when I have that time, maybe very soon, I'll do just one service for black people. So from there you have control of food supplies, as I did say on those 4 words. Let's get to question time. Oh.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Prophet. We are learning. We've got Anwire Orike, who's saying, good news to you. Thank you so much, Prophet. Please, could you tell us what people who have taken the vaccine can do? I did not take it, but my loved one did.
I'm going to put it on the website, and I keep forgetting, I don't need to forget, but I'm going to put it on the website so that it helps a lot of people, okay? So that I don't say it here, all right? I know why I can't say it here, okay? So yeah, so it's very, very good that I do it that way, all right? It will help you. Praise the Lord. Amen. So please remind me I kept on saying we're going to do this, but I put it on our website. And it's simple. You already have the things in your house. Okay, so you don't need to buy from anyone. So don't think I'm going to post here, order this package. Nah, that's not what we're going to do here. All right, so at least it's possible, But imagine the one that they are bringing now will be very difficult to get rid of from your system. They put a system. You have an operating system if you've ever had a vaccine. You have an operating system. What they are just waiting for is another pandemic to blame so that they can actually put the software that they want to operate in you. Right now, what they put is an operating system. Now the app is coming. Oh, they think it's a joke, eh? Trust me, if you have ever had a vaccine, you had an operating system put in you. A walking computer. They just need to. What were you thinking is mRNA? Messenger RNA. They are sending messages to your DNA. Did you consent to it? Yes, you said, yes, I'm willing. But you never thought about it. If you are sending messenger RNA, what message are you sending? Layman's terms, what message are you sending to my DNA? Nobody asked. Imagine you received a letter you have never read. Let's go.
Thank you, sir. There's another question coming from Dominic. He's asking, are there any financial opportunities we should look into within these proposed systems?
I remember one of our church members bought about 2 million, masks. Before even masks were introduced. He just felt that these guys are about to say the disease will come through. He said, buy 2 million. Made a lot of money. Made a killing. Okay? I want to tell you the truth. Our biggest offerings were during COVID. It might be people who were scared to go to hell, so they were obeying God. They're like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to miss God at any moment. Put your tithe correctly. After they realize they're not dead, they're like, go back to factory setting. We don't tithe, we don't give. I'm telling you, it was funny. Yes.
Thank you so much. This is Taffy Angel. He's saying, Dad, do you think we should sell the cryptocurrencies that we are holding now? Do you think it's a wise?
I don't think so, because you have to study which one. Because the CBDC are not, they will definitely announce we have now started, of course. And you see, some of us and some of you people who are listening to me might not even want to use the central bank currency, and might still be using that as a black market, so to speak, or those still allowed when they start. So I think it's too far from it at the moment. But if you notice, it's becoming turbulent a little bit. Gets to 120 and then comes back and comes down, and you're getting the idea. And gold is now even moving higher than the real currency, because they can't produce it. They can't create a copy of gold. All right.
Thank you, Prophet. There's another question from Angel. She's asking, how do we protect our money from governments?
Best way is when you grow your own crops, people will come and buy from, and you can decide what currency they should find. It's not gonna, see, for them to just go like, yeah, everyone, including Africa, you're dead. Yeah, we want this currency. They have to introduce it systematically. But it's gonna be easy with digital currency. So create your own products so that people can come and buy. This is no longer time to say, I work at this location. Unless you're working for God, there's a big difference.
We also have another from Mike, who is asking, what is your take on gold? Should we invest more on gold as the world is going in this direction, like physical?
Yeah, gold is actually brilliant. At the moment, it's actually going up very high. But every commodity, see, I want to be very careful when you're talking to Christians. Gold is not Jesus. It's not Jesus. Gold is not God. Yeah. Because you start thinking, oh, yes, if this is gold, we're going to win. No. The reality is, go for the basic products. They're going to be very scarce. I know you want to buy a house. I know you want to live in that mansion and go like, I live in a mansion on a hill. That mansion on a hill, one day the government will take it. And they'll tell you, you didn't do this, it's not green enough, and you didn't comply with this law and this rule, and they will take it over. Find land. Build just a brilliant accommodation here and there, here and there. You understand? Just one day, just today I had, in fact, not even today. Today happened, but way back. I was driving my Ferrari, and I get to this location, and I see this prime land. We're talking about 20 acres of prime land in the city. And I say, who owns this land? If I have this land, I would do this. The owner just got there and said, you know what? I own it. What a nice vehicle. I said, how much is your land? He started telling me all kind of stories of how many thousands. He said, but you know what? I like your car. I said, look, I'm out of the car already. He said, what do you mean? I said, get in. It's your car. My land is mine. He said, like that? I said, yeah. And that's it. That's how I lost my Ferrari and gained 20 acres. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Wonderful stuff, isn't it? Yeah. Now, that's it. True. I think they think it's a joke. That's true.
Yeah.
And you understand that car was written Dokota?
Yes. Sir.
And everyone was so excited, Dokota and all that. I'm not that like that. And and this guy's like, where's your car? I said, that's the one they parked there. He said, don't worry. Take this. Yeah, I said, I'm out. You take this. Gone. That's it. And I have land. So I can do anything that land. Of course, we have land. We have 1,000 hectares somewhere. And we have other land somewhere. Chief here is about, how many hectares now?
A lot.
Yes, well, trust me. He has his own farm somewhere and other land somewhere. So these guys are listening to what I'm saying. So don't think see, they think we're just saying things. No, we're actually doing the things we say.
We have a lot. And I was just saying, that the African government, the way they are now controlling water, that even if you own a dam or a bore, you are now paying for it.
See?
You will pay for the bore that is at your house now.
Imagine. This is why I like the Roman Catholic Church. They're smart. Those guys were smart. They created their own country. You can't control them there. You can't. I met this guy on the flight. They were like 4 guys, wonderful guys. And when they saw me, they were so excited. They come from Mashingo. They're like, So, and when they said their names, I remember hearing the other name. I said, oh, yeah, I know you. I heard of you before. It's magnet in gold and stuff like that. Then he said, you know what? We were at your house one time, because we bought a mountain somewhere there in the city, on top of the mountain. He said, we were at the place and at night and we were digging, because there is a belt there on the land. Then we heard, it's ambassador's land, and we left. I said, come to the front of the class. What are you saying? You say what? On the land there is gold? He said, yes, there is right there. So he said, we were digging until we had, hey, where you are digging there is going to be dangerous for you. He said, we left. Just imagine that you buy land to build a house, and someone tells you that same land, there is a gold belt there. So I'm going to build a house. I'm building a house there. Don't worry. Whether the house is going to be underground or up, it's just... So I said, I want you to build the house. He said, I don't build. I said, I know you don't build, but I want you to bring your equipment. So we level the ground. But I will be there to figure out what's happening. But you see, you have land, water will be there, minerals are there, in the same location. That's what you need. You need land. This thing of, I'm not saying crypto is bad. Some people have become millionaires and billionaires. Do whatever you can do. Don't be told, don't do it. I'm just giving you warnings so you trade carefully. All right? Wonderful. All right?
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
We've got another question here.
Yes, let that be second last. Yeah. Because,
Prophet, how vulnerable are SADC countries to these health treaties, and can we do something?
They've already signed. So the vulnerability question is over. These guys signed it. The moment they heard it, they say, we are here, sir. He said even the small birds could not peep. I took their wealth. It's already biblical. These small countries have already signed, sir. Oh, yeah. They're just waiting for the disease to come. The package just needs to be delivered.
They give the address.
Exactly. And they were not even buying the vaccine. It was being given for free. Wow. How loving these guys are. For the first time, they love Africa that much. We were dying of hunger here in Africa. They never brought the food. Please, go on the internet and say, how much does it take? Okay, let me give you this. You didn't understand. Oh, let me show you.
All of a sudden, they love Africa.
Yeah.
You are loved now.
The love is suspicious.
Very suspicious.
It's crazy. I'm trying to figure out how much it would take to end Africa poverty. It's right there. It says everyone extreme poverty line or yeah. Okay, I have it here. Okay, I have it. In fact, the give direct I'm just gonna send it to you so that you see it. It's amazing, isn't it? Yes, sir. That they actually have a figure to end world hunger. Wow. It's amazing. You have it now. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Do you put it? Can you read, Chief?
Starting from where they say give more money directly to end extreme poverty. The theoretical amount needed to move everyone above the extreme
Poverty
line for a year
is 100 billion.
100 billion.
Let's go to the last one. To end extreme poverty and absolute monetary poverty worldwide by 2030, it would cost about 70 billion to 325 billion. 70 what? Billion. Please put the other one I just sent you now. This is 93 billion spent on vaccines. So they had the money. They could have ended the world poverty.
So they are choosing priorities.
They are choosing. It takes 70 billion to end Africa poverty. No, they said world poverty. The world. Okay, let's say they are sending it to Africa. Now here we are. They are using 93 billion on vaccines. That means they could have used the same to give us so that, oh yeah, you people need to work in Africa. You don't understand when somebody has been colonized for a long time. You don't just get colonized economically. Even your brain is colonized. It will take years to come out of that predicament. And when we come in and start telling you that God wants you rich, there will be some lunatic from Nigeria who comes and tells you that you don't need a preacher telling you ought to be rich. Dandahead, nincompop. Because they don't understand, you guys, you are not colonized economically alone. You are also colonizing your head. Do you know the pressure? What we had to endure, not us as what? We're talking about our forefathers had to endure in chains. I get it. Some of these were also sold by black people into slavery. We get it. But the idea of slavery was an evil thing. That when you see Africans rising now, even you go to Nigeria, you see billionaires and multi-millionaires. You see these houses. You get to Southern Africa, you see the same. Guess what? You should actually be encouraged by those billionaires in Africa, billionaires in Southern Africa, billionaires in Nigeria, in all these countries, in Ghana. Be encouraged. At least a black man is doing something. They've come out. But those same people have a responsibility to come back and plow back and say, you know what? We're going to put a seed in the ground and raise our people in our community to another level. We're not. Right now, the billionaires are quiet when Christians are dying in Nigeria.
That's right.
Yet we are busy attacking each other. People should not be rich. You should preach the gospel. Yet you are using a mic you bought using money. And afterwards, after you close the service online, you start begging your people to sow into a building that you're going to build. And yet they are homeless. Have you seen what we are doing here? We're giving people even houses, properties, lands here in our church. We're doing it. Why? Because we know we have gotten a certain level financially. And now we have to plow back. Even cars we give. But cars are nothing. Are you getting this? We're building a whole city so that people can stay in there. Even out of the posh houses that are there are also houses there that people stay there for free. They are there. We are building them now as I'm talking to you right now. We're talking about thousands. No, not thousands of dollars. I'm talking about thousands of accommodations. Costing millions. And not only that, we have even the recreation part of it. And when you enter in that 1,000 hectare place, you have to your left something that is coming up, which is our whole game reserve.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. I don't think, oh, what if someone can pay for the accommodation? There are free accommodations there. You don't pay to move around and see what you need to see. But before we get there, we have to see that the biggest threat in Nigeria, in Zimbabwe, in Congo, in South Africa, preachers. Preaching a lie in hypocrisy. We tell you something we think you want to know. You're spiritual. Don't worry about money. Then we say, raise your hand. Father, thank you for the offering. Which offering now, Mr. Preacher? You're not worried about money? You see, we are preaching a lie in hypocrisy. We know exactly we need your money, but we tell you that money is not necessary. You're going to heaven with no money. Wonderful stuff that we preach. But after we preach, stop asking for offerings. Stop taking tithes. Because you don't believe in it. You don't believe in money. Money is useless. To never take you to heaven. Relax. And don't eat after that. Unless you're farming your own things and you don't need money to do anything. See how we have actually killed our own people? I'm going to give a prophecy that God gave me on Nigeria, maybe next week. Yeah.